trend review. Um, what Wyckoff had explained, one of his key quotes was, "Successful tape reading is the study of force, all right, to determine or judge which side has the greater pulling power, and then to go with that side. Basically, to trade that side." So over here we have 84 volume. So this is fairly obvious. Like you don't have to be a genius to figure this out. That that this is heavy volume and it's buying from the lows. Who does that? The CM. Smart hands. If you see this at the top of the trend, where it's the biggest wave, then you know it's public participants, and that's not good. And that's what causes climaxes. But at the bottom, when you see strong buying, you have to really think twice that this could be the change of trend, or this is accumulation, or buying, or etc. etc. So over here is your sign of strength, 8,400 contracts on 75 minutes, and then it pulls back, pulls back, pulls back until there's no supply. So basically, this is your typical example of when supply dries up. And after that, it rallies on 12,000 contracts, pulls back on 4,100, and then ding, 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 until it dries up again. And the force of supply has diminished, allowing the uptrend to continue. And over here is 11,100, and pulls back on 3,800. So there's numerous places to take longs, but one of the things I like is with trend, when you have that little dot there, is basically identifying force. Alright, so the force here, which is not just the volume, is very strong. And the reason is they're trying to break out. Okay, and finally the force here on this bar is so strong that it does it, because first time it's rejected kinda, but it's not enough. They try again and get it up. And how you know is going to be successful or not is because after rejection it's only 3,800 and no follow through, no additional volume. You know, the up waves are stronger. There's another thing that you want to take a look at, and that is when, like during the end of the move, you typically see a hinge. See that? It's like sometimes people draw lines around it and say it's an apex or triangle or some shit, but this is a hinge. All right, it identifies the end of one move and the next move is going to start. And bang, goes up, bang, goes up again, and then finally you get some selling pressure at the top from the highs right over here. But that's not really meaningful. What is meaningful is here, the strength to weakness. Strength to weakness is saying the game for the longs is over. Alright? Selling pressure, 20,000 contracts from the high. I think it's 20,400. Okay, contracts from the high. That's meaningful, alright? They're not playing games. That's legit selling. With immediate follow through. Now you just have to, get in on the retest. But how do you determine, like how do you know? How do you know where it's likely to go? And this is like the point of today. Um, there's something in Wyckoff's first study that talks about the bar that breaks the trend, the uptrend, the back of the uptrend. He says that, and this was something 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 that broke the bar of the back of the uptrend. All right, so that is right here. This is the bar that broke the back of the uptrend right there. I can measure it based off of its force right here. That this bar, there's no other red bar that's that big in the uptrend. Nothing. That bar was the bar that broke the uptrend, the back of the uptrend, called back breaking bar, breaks the uptrend and has follow through. Okay, now the test is in that bar that broke the uptrend, and so it's very hard to get above that area. Chances are they won't be able to get above that area. Why? Because the pressure from that area is very significant. And I just got a signal. Let me see what the hell's going on. 1 second. Oh, Nelly. Alright, I'm going to wait and see if I'm going to take this short. Anyway, so hold on, I gotta let me hurry up. Alright, so over here you go from strength to weakness, which means that that is the turning point. Okay, that right there is the turning point. Game over. And what is good about this is I have additional indications. As you know, there's no such thing as a just one signal. You have to be able to take multiple bullish or bearish indications and then piecemeal them together to see whether to make the judgment of going long or short. Alright, which I'm going to do. But here you have a wave, and let me explain how it's done. Right here, first bearish indication, 20,000 contracts sold from the highs. Smart money selling the high. That's bearish indication number 1. Bearish indication number 2. The most amount of force in the bar in the whole trend. The selling force is the biggest selling force there is. The biggest selling force there is right there. That's the second bearish indication. Alright. Third is there's actually a number of others, like there's evidence of a climax right here. Because you see in the high, the force is very, very strong. That's basically climactic. So these two bearish indications are enough for me to know that it's over for them. Alright. Now they try to rally strong, but it has no follow through, and then you have one bar and a reversal right there. There's the short. It's in the same area as the bar that broke the back of the trend. It actually is also an up thrust. It's giving you a lot of good indications to go short. After that, this market goes down, 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 down. There was a nice amount of force here, but it failed. It just was one bar and there was no follow through. You could maybe short covering, I don't know what, but they're unable to go higher and it sells off. And you see the amount of force on these red bars, like bang, bang. It's much bigger than the up bars. And then finally over here you have a minor turning point, which again, you don't know if it's going to be a trend or counter trend or a correction. You don't know it, and I can't fucking make the indicator figure out the future. But at this point, it's telling you get ready for potential change. And from that area, you only have one rally. The rest are weak up waves. That's really bad. So it's telling me that they got problems. And then what I have is a down move with a rally with a good amount of force. Right? So I have some good amount of force here and a good amount of force here. Alright, so the brakes have good amount of force. And what else do I want to see? Um, the rallies there. Then these are low volume pullbacks. And the force is greater on the selling waves. So I just need a little bit of confirmation. And then I think the downtrend has taken effect. Alright, that's what it looks like. Alright, now if it rallies here hard, that means that the bulls from here are not going to let the market go lower, and they're stepping in. So yeah, put all of this together and wait for the closes to figure it out. Alright, so again, we'll leave y'all with one quote: successful tape reading is a study of force. It requires you to judge which side has the greater pulling power and the courage to go with that side. That's a quote from Wyckoff. Look it up. Take care. Bye.